Hello folks, welcome back to the channel, The Brick Sweethearts. Today we're going to be reviewing the last of the classroom sets, and this is going to be set number 76384, Hogwarts Moments Herbology Class. Now, I know what you're thinking, how come we still have the box for this one and not for any of the other ones? Well, we have a little story to tell you about this and why this particular classroom review is the last one. When we first started collecting Lego at the end of last year, we were not fully in the loop in regards to the whole sets retiring after a certain amount of time. In the beginning, I started off my collection with these books, and by the time I was ready to finish it off, I got the unfortunate shock that it was no longer available on the shelves. Obviously, as a completionist, I could not just leave my collection unfinished like that, especially since the only classroom I was missing was herbology, and as a proud Hufflepuff, I just had to find a way. We searched near and far trying to find this Lego set at a reasonable price, and eventually we were able to find a seller on Brickling who shipped the box to us from Denmark. So if you're out there and you're still looking to get your hands on some retired Lego sets, don't despair. They are out there, and you might even be lucky enough to get one at a reasonable price. And now let's get into the quick build, where as always I'm going to give you some trivia about herbology in the wizarding world. I hope you enjoy, and then we're going to get into the details of the set. Herbology was the study of magical plants and fungi. Wizards and witches who specialized in this field were known as herbologists. The study of herbology encompassed a vast array of topics, ranging from the mundane to the magical. Herbologists explored the growth patterns of magical plants, their preferred habitats, cultivation techniques, and the effects of magical properties on their surroundings. They also studied the uses of these plants in potion making. The knowledge gained from herbology had practical applications in various magical endeavors. Most prominent was their use in potions. The mandrake, for example, was an essential ingredient in the mandrake restorative draught. Aside from their use in potions, many plants had magical properties of their own. For example, gillyweed gave the person who ate it fish-like features and allowed them to breathe underwater for an hour. One of the most useful was dittany, a healing and restorative herb that could make fresh grow over an open wound. In addition to essence of dittany being applied topically, the raw plant could be consumed to heal shallow to moderate wounds. Additionally, some magical plants had predatory attributes that made for effective weapons in combat or a highly effective security measure. Herbology was taught at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. In this class, students learned how to properly care for and utilize different plants, as well as learned about their magical properties and what they are used for. Professor Pomona Sprout, a herbologist, and the head of the herbology department at Hogwarts, taught herbology to several generations of students during the late 20th and early 21st century. Now, if you ever find yourself in a herbology greenhouse, make sure you have a pair of earmuffs to hand, as you never know, there might just be a mandrake or two hanging around, and it's very important to stay protected. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever come across prickly pears or chomping cabbages out in the wild. Unlike the previous books, this classroom takes place in the Hogwarts Greenhouse, and we can see that by these vibrant stickers that depict a bunch of colourful plants as well as these glass windows. Normally with these book sets, when you open them up, you have something attached to both panels of the books, be it classroom furniture or other little trinkets. Strangely enough, this one doesn't have anything attached to the left panel. It's completely empty, which kind of leaves a bit of a void here, and it's not very ideal for this set. However, on the other hand, the right side of the panel is teeming with fun decorations. You've got this really fun play feature of this side table that pulls down, as well as this cupboard that when you open it up, you can see very well placed stickers that depict the contents of the cupboard. One thing that really stands out to me in this set is this little projector light over here that also moves up and down, so it gives you that extra play feature, and it helps keep your plants healthy by giving them that extra sunlight. Don't worry, we will give you a close-up of the set so you'll be able to see all the details much better for yourself towards the end of the video. But for now, let's just discuss additional pieces that are provided to us in this set. We have this little table with a bunch of flowers and pumpkins, as well as this fun-looking water filling station with a gold tap and a bucket that helps keep those plants hydrated. So as you can see, they're looking very vibrant and healthy. We also get a little book about mandrakes and a little pot that contains a little mandrake itself. And now let's get talking about the minifigures. As always with these sets, we get 3 minifigures. Going from left to right, we have Professor Sprout, Neville Longbottom and Cedric Diggory. Unlike the other sets, however, the students aren't wearing their usual uniforms. Instead, they're wearing jumpsuits that help protect them from getting their uniforms dirty. Now, it is a little bit unusual to have both Neville and Cedric in one set, considering that they're not in the same year. However, I am not complaining, as I don't currently have access to Cedric from any other LEGO sets that I have from Harry Potter, so I'm happy to have him in my collection. Both students also come with a pair of earmuffs, but we can change Neville's head around to a different face where we can see him fainting, so we know that he's still not using those earmuffs properly. Now, moving on to Professor Sprout, she is wearing her high boots, gloves, a vibrant looking jumper, and her recognizable hat, and you can see her grey hair sticking out of it. She is also being sensible and she is already wearing her earmuffs, as we can see on a minifig, which I think looks really cool. This is the first time that I get Professor Sprout as a minifig from all the sets that I've collected so far, so as a Hufflepuff I am very happy to have the head of my house as part of my minifig collection. I hope you enjoyed this review. As I mentioned earlier in the video, unfortunately all of these classroom sets have now retired, so if you don't have them in your collection and you would like to get them, unfortunately you will have to look on the second-hand market. Now let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this particular set, or if you have any other classrooms in your collection and what you think of them. Don't forget to check out all the previous reviews on our channel. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future uploads. There's plenty more content coming. And until next time, take care folks.